Once again, we are answering questions from the DMs. When you're on stage, do you do the same jokes for Republican crowds as you do for Democratic crowds? First of all, I understand the question, but it is a weird question because I don't ask the crowds. Like, I kind of see what you're trying to ask. Do I do the same jokes in like Seattle that I would do in Wisconsin? And honestly, it depends. I don't really change the jokes that much. First of all, every comic is gonna have a different answer for this probably. But like me personally, not really, because there's I think that people think that America, if you don't travel, you don't realize how different America is, but at the same time, like the same. Like for me personally, most of my crowds are actually fairly diverse. I have everybody in my crowd. I got black people, white people, poor, rich. That's the whole thing about comedy. That you're trying to get everybody to laugh. But I don't do jokes to make like certain people laugh. I do jokes that certain people might laugh at sometimes. Like, put it this way, I don't do jokes that I don't think are funny. You know what I mean? Like they have to be funny to me. Hopefully they are also funny to other people. But if they're not funny to me, I'm just not going to do it. I can go into a room full of people that absolutely are the most hardcore Republicans that you've ever seen in your life, tell jokes about nothing but like how much Republicans suck, and have that crowd fucking laugh. At the same time, I could go into a crowd full of nothing but hardcore Democrats, tell jokes nothing about nothing but how much they suck, and have them laugh. That's the whole point. I'm not trying to get somebody to agree with me. I'm trying to get them to laugh. I don't need you to agree with me to laugh at the thing. I just need to make you laugh. I've made racist people laugh. Like, I've made people who do not like black people laugh. They weren't happy about it either. Like, comedy is not about can you make somebody laugh. It's about can you make anybody laugh. You know what I mean? Like, I did a show in Edinburgh, Scotland for a month called the Fringe Festival. It's the biggest art festival in the world. And I was like, there was one night where it's 1:30 in the morning, everybody's plastered, like hammered drunk. And I mean like drunk. There was 17 people in the show and 16 different languages were spoke. And I made everybody laugh. I also almost had a panic attack, but that's different. Now, I'm not gonna tell the same jokes in front of this audience that I'm gonna tell in front of this audience, but I have a lot of jokes. You know what I mean? Like, so most comics are like, the whole thing is being able to talk to anybody. Like, that's the whole thing about comedy, because the audience doesn't know me when I show up most of the time. And the audience, not only does the audience not know me, but they don't know each other. The audience is not, they all came for different reasons from different places. You know what I mean? That's why, like, when they talk about like people who are able to talk, politicians aren't good speakers most of the time, because they're talking to people who already want to hear them talk. But comedians, we go in front of people who don't have anything in common other than they all showed up. And you got to make them all feel comfortable together and like controlled for a fucking hour. That shit is hard. It's so much fun. But I do change my jokes up, but not in the way that you think that I'm changing them up. I might use different words sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just trying to be funny to whoever's in front of me. But very rarely am I trying to be, I'm not really trying to be funny at somebody else's expense. I don't need them to laugh because they agree with me. I want them to laugh because it's funny. But again, that's just me. But good question. Ish, sort of.